Okay, friends, today's topic is proof that automation of deals saves you and gets you to close more deals. So what do we mean by automation? What is it that automation means? So automation means that you have something in autopilot. Think about this, when you're driving on the highway, right? So you don't need to be managing the speed. So what do? You do cruise control, right? So you automate the speed. So pretty much is your hands off certain tasks. So this is exactly what it takes to do a lot more deals and to grow very fast in real estate. You need automation. So what are the things that you need to be successful to automate your real estate success? There are three things. Number one, you need technology. Okay. Number two, you need resources. And number three, you need execution. Okay. Now, this is what we're going to do for you today. Technology. We're going to make sure that even if you don't have time to access technology, like what Phil was showing you earlier, right? It's okay, because there are going to be often times where we just don't even have time during the day to catch up with the things that we need to do. So what we're going to do is we are going to make sure that we get all the areas that you're interested in, and we're going to have somebody dedicated to find deals for you. So even if you don't have time, it's okay. We're going to be finding deals, and not only finding the deals, but we're going to do the comps. We're going to do the rental and flip analysis for you, and we're going to put it in a nice report and include the owner's contact information. So these are going to be off-market deals where all you need to do is the activity that is going to make you money. You are going to get on the phone and talk to owners. Okay. Now, the second thing that you need to make sure is to have that growth in your business is not just to focus on the next deal. You need to make sure that you're building a business so that you're going to be not only doing 1, 2, 3 deals, you're going to be dealing with at least 6 to 10 deals per year, so that you can exponentially double your income and triple your net worth in the next 2 years, because there are going to be tremendous opportunities for investors like you and us in the next 2-3 years. From 2021 to 2025, it's just going to be incredibly amazing for all real estate investors, because there are going to be a lot of great off-market deals. So the objective, friends, is that you spend less time doing mundane tasks that are not going to make you any money, right? They still need to be done, but we want to make sure that you don't spend your resources and valuable time on them. So we're going to have the experts. We have 2 dedicated resources that's all they do. Okay. They're going to be looking for off-market deals. They're going to analyze them. They're going to make sure that they have equity. They're going to make sure that it works for a flip and for a rental. Super important, right? And the comps are there so that you have enough spread for you to make a profit, either on the net sale or positive cash flow if you decide to rent it. Okay, so what I'm going to show you next is this is what we're sourcing on a daily basis. Okay, so I'll show you this in just a second. Phil, that's not the link that we're looking for. Okay, so pre-foreclosures, I'll show you. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna show you what I'm talking about, the reports that we're sourcing on a daily basis. Okay, in just a second. So the objective is, if you think about what I just said, for you to remove yourself from the equation, because you don't want to be the bottleneck of your own success. And that's what I've noticed, that most investors spend a lot of time on the computer and they're doing very little time on activities that actually make them money. Okay, and that is talking to owners, talking to listing agents, and making offers. That's where you're going to be making money. Okay, so that is why we want to make sure that we take on all the overhead for you. So we're going to be sending deals your way. So how many of you are currently receiving these off-market deals in your inbox? You can send it via the chat, or just let me know, are you getting these off-market deals via the chat? So I'm going to show you, okay, what I'm looking for. So Phil, can you check on the Amit's chat for these links that he sends on a daily basis? Okay, so I just want to give the audience a quick example of what we're talking about. So you're not getting that. Okay, so everyone on the webinar today, I want to make sure that you RSVP, because what we're going to do is right now, before we end the webinar, I want to make sure that, or after we end the webinar, you sent an email to ChicagoDealVault.com and send us all your areas of interest. Okay. It's going to be super, super powerful. So I'm going to show you what they do. They're going to go on there, they're off market. They're going to be looking for either probates, pre-foreclosures, or upcoming auctions, and including shadow inventory. But they're going to be focusing primarily on these three categories, and they're going to be looking for deals that have equity. Not only that, but they're going to be doing the analysis for you, okay? So that in your inbox, you're going to get a report that has the flip, the rental analysis, including the comps and the owners' contact information. So it doesn't matter if you don't have time, because the objective is for you to remove yourself from the equation. I want to make sure that you focus on what's going to make you money. So once you get these reports that I'm going to show you in just a second, all you need to do is take action, right? So get on the phone with the owner, because the ultimate objective is for you to build rapport, to identify from the owner their motivation level. How motivated are they to sell their house? Okay, that is super important, because if they're motivated, that's where you're going to be making money. The minute you get a property in the contract, that's the moment that you're going to be adding value to your net worth. Not when you flip the property, not when you rent the property, it's the minute that you get the property in the contract. Okay, super, super important. So having said that, I want to make sure that everyone on the line will take advantage of these. So I sent via the chat the email support@chicagodealvault.com, and I want everyone on the line to send us as many areas as you are interested in to find deals. Okay, so we're going to do that for you, because I realize that oftentimes people just don't have time to log into the system, or they just don't know how to find deals, okay? Or they just don't exactly know where to look for or what to look for. So we have dedicated people that's all they do all day long, 2 resources. So I want to make sure that we are going to help you become more efficient and automate the deal finding. Okay, so Phil, can you send me the link, please, that Amit sends on a daily basis via the chat? Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna pull this up. Okay, perfect. This is what I was looking for. As you can see, we have over 300 areas, okay, right here. So this is the way we do it. So for instance, let me show you Bartlett. And then on a daily basis, we are looking and putting or creating these folders. So I'm going to go into these folders. So I'm going to go into a more recent one. And then we put in the address. So this is what we're going to do for you. Okay, let's assume that you're interested in Bartlett. So we're going to identify the property. Okay, and in fact, I'm going to make these a lot bigger. Okay, so that you can see. Okay, so here, this is what we're going to do for you. We're going to put the property description, and what we're going to do is the flip and rental analysis. So as you can see, we're going to plug in all the numbers, how much you need to purchase the property for, 136,000, how much this property is worth after you make all the repairs. We're going to give you an estimated rehab amount. This is just based on our own research, the location and the square footage of the property. Okay, we're going to put in some holding expenses, okay, in here. overall, we're going to tell you your net profit on the flip right here, 43,000. So technically what we're looking for is at least a 20% return on the flip to make it worth it. Okay, and then on the rental, we're looking for two things for you to be successful. We want to make sure that the debt coverage ratio is over 1.2 because this is what lenders are going to be looking for you to get funded for the deal. If this is below 1.2, guess what? It's not going to get funded. So we're going to make sure this is over 1.2, and therefore you are going to end up with positive cash flow on a monthly basis. And here we're going to have the itemized numbers. So the income statement, everything that Phil just covered earlier, is going to be done for you. Okay, so here's the rent, and then we're going to put some operating expenses. Okay, the utilities are paid by the tenant, so you're going to be paying maintenance on a monthly basis. Something breaks, so we are accounting for some issues that may arise. And then management fee, $50 per month, insurance, taxes. So we have all your monthly and yearly expenses. So based on that, we are going to compute your debt service, plus we're going to deduct your operating expenses from the collected rent, and we're going to come up with your monthly positive cash flow on the deal. So we're going to give you a lot more details. And what's really cool and amazing that I really like is that they have become, our resources have become experts when pulling comps. And this is one of the most difficult tasks that investors have. Okay, being able to compare apples with apples. This is what we're going to do for you. So right here, we're pulling 4 comps that are 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, and they are within a 1-mile radius. Okay, so in this case, we pull the comps and we are going to show them side by side. As you can see, look at the pictures. They're like ranch type of style properties, and we compare them side by side to show you that you're truly comparing properties that are similar to the subject property right here, side by side, because lenders are going to be looking for comps. Even if it's a hard money lender, private money lender, they want to know what comps you're utilizing. So we're going to provide that. They're within a 1-mile radius that's sold in the last 6 months. And finally, we're going to give you some homeowner or loan information, the tax information, the sale history on the property. This is all public record. So we're going to put this nice report for you that in fact, this report you can utilize to get funding for your deal. So this is the type of report that you're going to present to hard money lenders or private money lenders. So imagine, you don't have to think, create, or work. We are going to be doing this for you for as many areas as you are interested in. Why are we doing this? Because we were in your shoes about 2.5 years ago. And I know that sometimes we just don't make enough time. We just don't have enough hours in the day to generate this type of information, right? So if you can tap into our resources, guess what? You will never, ever, ever miss a single home run deal again in your life. So we want to make sure that we level the playing field with the pros. The pros are never missing awesome home run deals. Why? Because they have automation in place. They have technology and they have resources that do exactly what I'm showing you for them. Do you think the pros are sitting on the computer 8 to 10 hours a day to not miss a single deal? Absolutely not. They're not. They're doing what's truly meaningful in their life. They might be spending quality time with their loved ones. They might be doing whatever they like, right? But they're not going to be doing the overhead that it takes to find great off-market deals. All they're going to be doing is execution. They're going to be submitting offers. They're going to be getting on the phone with owners, okay? So we want to make sure that we level the playing field. I want to make sure that ordinary investors like you and I are able to take home run deals, okay? It's about time that us, ordinary investors, join the ranks of the pros. this is what it takes. So you're gonna tap into our resources, okay, for you to never ever miss a single deal again. Okay, not only that, but they've been doing this for the last year and a half. So they're very proficient at what they do. So they're gonna make sure that not only are you not gonna miss a single deal, but your numbers like ARVs are gonna come very, very accurate. Okay, and above all, they will also give you right here, if we go back to the link, they're going to give you the contact information for the owner. So if I go back to the link, okay, we are going to give you the owner's contact information. So let me pull that again. So I was in Bartlett for that property. As an example. Okay, right here. Okay, we were on this property. That's the address. And something that is really, really cool is that we are going to give you the owner's contact information. So Andrew is the owner, okay? These are all the landlines that we found for him. This is his current address, and these are the 2 mobile phone numbers that we have for Andrew. So all you need to do is, if this property makes sense for you, if you're interested in Bartlett, you're looking for a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, all you need to do is pretty much pick up the phone and call the owner. Now, the next question is, what are you gonna tell the owner? Phil, do me a favor, can you please send via the chat the seller's script? So these are the scripts that you need to feel comfortable with. You don't need to memorize because you don't need to sound like a robot. You need to be yourself. Most importantly, remember, we are in the people's business, and the way you're going to build rapport with owners in distress is through empathizing, meaning putting yourself in their shoes. They're going through financial distress, so you need to find a solution for their problem. And oftentimes, they need to get rid of the property because they cannot afford to pay it. And then if they can't pay the mortgage, guess what? They're going to lose that property to the auction. So you want to prevent that from happening. So you're going to be helping the owner. The bank is not going to foreclose on the property, and you're going to end up with a great deal. So I want to make sure that you are just doing what's going to make you money. In this case, is getting a hold of the owner. Andrew, for instance, you have the cell phone, you call them, and then Phil is going to share with us in just a minute the seller script. So this is what you are supposed to say when you get on the phone. In a nutshell, when you get on the phone with the owner, you want to quickly build rapport and find out their motivation level. Are they ready to sell right now in the next 2 to 3 weeks, right? Or are they thinking about selling in the next 2 to 3 months, right? So you're going to qualify whether they're hot lead, warm lead, or cold lead, okay? And on top of that, what we're going to do for you today is we're going to give you access to our proprietary CRM, so you can keep track of these leads. Like for instance, Andrew, right? All this information, you can put it on our CRM, proprietary CRM, so that you keep track of who you're talking to. It's all through systems. So right here, I just got the link for the seller scripts. Thank you very much, Phil. So this is the one that I want to share with all of you. This is the link. Okay. This script is extremely powerful. Obviously, you need to read through these, feel comfortable with it. You don't need to memorize it, but you just need to be yourself when you go over the script. Okay. So what I'm going to do for you, friends, is I'm going to share these with you, with all of you on the line. So that is the script, the seller script, okay? So I wanna make sure that all of you have access to these and focus on what's truly important when getting deals on the contract, because that's when you're gonna be making money, okay? So we'll share that with you who are on this webinar. Now, are there any questions so far on the line? Okay, so I want to give you another example of other areas right here. Okay, so that's the form if you didn't register. So I'm going to pick another area. Just to give you an example of all the deals that we're getting per neighborhood. So as you can see, it's in alphabetical order. So Itasca, Jefferson Park. So we go pretty much everywhere, every single neighborhood, including um, neighborhoods in the city of Chicago, like Lakeview, Lincoln Park. So we go pretty much everywhere. Lincoln Square. So for instance, Lincoln Square is a very hot area, right? So wherever we find great deals, guess what? We're going to send them your way. And again, this is the format. We're going to tell you if it's a pre-foreclosure, if it's probate, whatever the lead type is. So we're going to share exactly the same information with you. How much you need to offer for the property, an estimated rehab amount, and then the analysis for the flip and for the rent is exactly the same exercise that I showed you earlier. But this is also the report that you're going to be using to get funding for your deal. Okay, so it's extremely powerful, and something that is to me extremely amazing is the fact that you can just pick up the phone and get in touch with the owner via email, cell phone, text. I mean, that is just mind blowing because think about this. People or your competition who are going to be sending mailers to get in touch with this owner, the open rate is like less than 3%. They get lucky if they get 3 responses out of 100 mailers. Not only is that time consuming, but it's expensive and it's very inefficient. Whereas if you were to pick up the phone, you may get a response like immediately, or you might wait a couple of hours. And guess what? It's free. So we want to make sure that you automate your business, that you remove yourself from being the bottleneck of your own success. Okay. For that, we are going to provide the technology, okay, plus the resources. If you don't have the time to do this, it's okay. We will do it for you. Are there any questions on the line? Okay, question. How many hours a week can your VAs dedicate of doing the background analysis on each deal per user? Okay, great question. So they work 8 hours. So pretty much we have 2 dedicated resources just to find deals for you. So you're looking at 18 hours per day. That's all they do. Finding deals, so they become like experts at analyzing deals. Okay, I could say that the resources that we have are extremely qualified at the level of a very experienced real estate broker, okay, when it comes to analyzing transactions. So very, very fortunate to have those resources, but we want to make them available to you, okay? Now, another question is, how do you all get the phone numbers of these sellers? Public information, and it's called skip tracing, okay? Unfortunately, nowadays, nothing is private. So if we have your phone number or if we have your address, guess what? We can find out pretty much everything about you. Okay, it is that impressive. Okay, so we use a system that collection agencies use to get in touch with individuals. Okay, that's what's called the skip tracing. So we skip trace pretty much every single owner, private money lender, and cash buyer. Why? We need to get in touch with them directly via email, text, or phone. Okay, that is why we utilize skip tracing resources. Another question is, will we be able to search, find same deal report information in websites as well? Yeah, absolutely. You're going to be able to do exactly the same as they do, but I want to make sure that you spend your time on activities that are going to make you money. And that is talking to owners, making offers, and talking to listing agents. But in this case, since they're all off-market properties, you are going to be reaching out to the owners directly, okay? And obviously, making the offer, we're going to give you the contract. So we have all the contracts in ChicagoDealVault right here. So you can go to any of the off-market lead pipes, and when you click on any particular property that you might be interested in, we have a make offer right here button. So what this is going to do, this is going to generate the two-page contract. So this is being used by Dan Crawford. Okay, he's one of the top wholesalers in the Chicagoland area. This is the contract that he uses. This has been reviewed by Castle Law, Gary Davidson's team. So it's a very simple, straightforward contract. So we're going to give you the contracts that you need for the homeowners to sign. Very, very simple. Okay. So the objective, friends, again, I just want to emphasize the focus of deal automation. There are going to be times where you can't log into the system. It's okay. We're going to do that for you and analyze the deal for you and give you the owner's contact information. So let me give an example. When you click on the owner, boom, we're going to skip trace the owner and we're going to give you, in this case, the cell phone number. So this is a service that we integrated with, and it's extremely powerful and efficient. Okay, so we'll make this available to all of you because I want to make sure that you focus on what's truly important and you remove yourself from being the bottleneck of your own success. There's another question. Are the VA resources available ongoing, unlimited, if I am a member? Absolutely, absolutely. So they, for instance, if you have 10 areas, they're going to be doing more work for you. Some investors, they just want to focus on 2 areas. Obviously, we're going to spend more time for those investors. But if you're looking into 10, 15 areas, we're going to be doing more work for you. Okay. So it doesn't matter whether you're looking in 1 area, 10 areas, they're going to be doing the work for you. So whether they spend 10 hours or 2 hours, it doesn't matter. We're making those resources available to you because I want to make sure that you don't miss home run deals. Okay, we need to level the playing field with the pros, and that's what it takes. Automation, because guess what? They have maybe 100 times more money than you and I combined, but guess what? They don't have 100 more times during the day that you and I have. How do they do it? Automation. They have access to the same technology that you and I have, and they also have resources that they utilize to do the work for them. Therefore, we, ChicagoDealVault, are going to make those resources available to you so that we level the playing field. That is the objective. I want to make sure that you focus on what's going to make you money, and that is talking to owners, listing agents, and making offers. Okay. And obviously, if you have questions on understanding the reports, you can schedule via this green button, schedule training. You can schedule a one-on-one session with our trainers, and they're going to be able to help you answer any questions. Okay. They are trained to go over the reports and give you an explanation as to how they came up with the numbers and the comps, anything that you have questions about. Okay. So great question, Eric. Another question, what is the typical success rate when contacting owners with off-market properties and closing a deal? Ballpark estimate percentage. Okay, great question. I would say that it all depends on the motivation level, okay? So we've had cases where a member joined today and 3 weeks later, he wholesale a property for like 10,000. But we have other members who they've been trying for 2-3 months and it takes them 3-4 months to get their first deal. Okay, so it all depends. If they happen to reach out to a very motivated seller, you can get the property on the contract like in less than a week, but it can take you 2-3 weeks. So it all depends. But what I'm saying is that because of the pandemic and the high unemployment, by next summer, there are going to be a huge number of foreclosure filings. Right now, we have over 40,000 in ChicagoDealVault. Guess what? That's just going to double in the next 2 to 3 years. You need to be ready for that, and you cannot afford to miss home run deals. Therefore, we are going to give you access to our resources so they do the work for you. Does that make sense? So great question. So the success rate will just vary. You could be lucky and boom, your success rate is over 90%. You may not be so lucky and your success rate might be less than 50%. So it is very hard to say. But what I can tell you is that think about this. If you do mailers like what your competition is going to do, over 80% of investors are still doing mailers, which it is super expensive and it is not the most efficient way to reach out to the owners, versus you're going to reach out to them directly to their cell phone. Can you imagine? So right off the bat, your success rate is going to go through the roof by reaching out to the owner directly. Does that make sense? All you need to make sure is that you're comfortable on the phone. That is why I gave you the seller's script, okay, that you need to rehearse. Make sure that you are yourself. You cannot sound like a robot to identify the owner's motivation, whether it's hot, warm, or cold. That depends how quickly they want to sell the property. And then the next step is obviously to schedule a viewing of the property, either virtually, online, via pictures, videos, or physically, where you go to the property and assess the condition of the property before making an offer on the spot and get them to sign the contract right there. Another question is, the file that you sent only has letters that can be sent to the owners. Was there a telephone script? Yeah, I sent the telephone script earlier via the chat. So this is the script that I shared with you. Okay, scripts. So this is the script that I share with all of you. Okay, and so we can send you these via email if you prefer. So please send us an email. Okay, and we'll make sure that you get the script. Okay, please send us an email and you'll have this in your inbox. The file, another question, do you have any VA services that actually make the initial calls and do any phone, text, email, follow-up, etc.? Yes, Valerie. So we have resources that they can take the next step up, right? If you want somebody to make the phone calls for you, text, emails, yeah, we can actually help you with that as well. Okay, so that's the next step up. Oftentimes, when I see that you know that we have the possibility to get a great deal on the contract, like the ones I showed you earlier, I do like to make the initial phone call, right? Because guess what? It's not going to be the same if a third party makes the call and than if you make the phone call, right? Because you're talking about finding a solution for a distressed owner. So who's the better person to do that? I mean, a third party can try to do that, but eventually you're going to be making the offer, right? So ideally, you are the one making the phone call, building rapport, because you're going to be dealing with the owner directly. So I would prefer to begin with that you start doing this task, getting comfortable talking to the owners, right? Once you feel comfortable and you know what it's like, if you want to delegate that task, go for it. But to begin with, what I suggest is that give it a try. Be in your not so comfortable zone, right? And call owners directly, because that's what's going to make you money. Valerie, does that make sense? We could help you with that, but ideally, you take on this task to begin with. Okay, it's a very critical task. Okay, that's something that personally I like to make the phone call. Okay, I like to build rapport. I want to get a feel for how motivated the owner is. Another question is, would that be an additional charge over and above the DealVault membership? So that's something that it's on a per case basis. So we will work with you individually, Valerie, okay, depending on what you need, how often, and so forth, okay, how many areas you need to cover. So that's on a per case basis. But to begin with, we want to make sure that you have all the skill sets to get in touch with the owner, okay, and just identify how motivated they are. Okay, are there any other questions on the line, friends? If no further questions, and if you still don't have access to Chicago DealVault, Phil, can you please share the link for them to get free access to Chicago Deal Vault for the next 30 days. The promo code is going to be right here. I have it, automation. So that's the promo code, automation. So we're going to send you this link. You select special Chicago Deal Vault. The promo code is going to be automation. And as a bonus, we're going to give you a free ticket to the upcoming 3-day event organized by Chicago RIA, October 23rd through the 25th. So next month, okay? We're going to give you a free ticket to this event organized by Chicago RIA. It's going to be a virtual event, a 3-day event. It's going to be so amazing. We're going to give you a free ticket on top of your free membership for 30 days of Chicago Deal Vault. Okay, so thank you very much, Phil, for posting the link. So friends, I look forward to seeing you on Thursday at 6:30, and I look forward to helping you take your real estate investment efforts to the next level. And not only that, but helping you automate your real estate business by helping you focus on what's truly going to make you money, okay, in real estate. I want to make sure that we level the playing field and start taking the home run deals that the pros have been taking, okay? So thank you everyone for joining.